Before Brunch TV, a show designed for women to pour into each other and then their glasses. I'm your host, Stephanie Walters, and today we're talking about friendships. Yes, friendships, what they mean, what they look like, and how important they are to us. And today I have some special friends here with me. I have Jazz, Sierra, Heather, Olivia, and Alexis. Hello, friends.
Hi.
So we're going to kick it off with, what does friendship mean to you? Ooh, that was a loaded question for you guys.
It really is.
Friendship is ugly and pretty and everything. Ugly cry, happy cry, good energy. Tell me about myself and we can still go have a drink after you tell me. And I can do the same for you. Let's just, like you said, pour into each other so that our cups never run dry.
Yes.
Like, we want to keep each other filled and happy and leveled. Like, we should be able to bounce off different ideas with each other, different experiences, understand, help me get to a different perspective that I wasn't able to see. I feel like friendship is everything that we need to get through our journey of life.
Right. It's loving me at my worst.
Yes.
And having my back and allowing me to do the same for you. It's got to be, it's not always 50-50, but you got to give me what I give you as well in order to reciprocate that friendship.
Absolutely. I also feel like it's one of those things where you can inconvenience someone and not feel guilty about it, and they can do the same for you. Like, if I need somebody I can lean on, they're always there. And also having that mutual respect.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, like my favorite Prince quote, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life." So
Yes.
friends
Yes.
are someone that you can go through life with,
Yeah.
someone that you can relate to and lean on.
Yeah, literally grow through.
Yes.
You know, do life together. Let's experience the good, the bad, the ugly, and still be 100% down for one another. But pushing each other towards that goal of who you see yourself as at the finish line.
Yes.
Holding you accountable to that along the way.
Yes, accountability buddies.
Yes.
Yes.
One of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this topic is because, you see some people that you know, and it's like, you got a different group of friends every season.
Yeah.
Like, why? How do you even come in contact with that many people that you like legit have a different group of friends every season? And I think when you're trying to like you said, go through life with people and grow, I think it's important that you have that same group of friends that can nurture you, but also you have to know when you've outgrown people.
Yes.
Like, so I've had the same group of friends. One of my best friends, we've been friends since middle school, and that's my sis. And then I have other groups of friends too that I've grown like through college and just through events in life. But there's certain people where I'm like, you know what, like, I rock with you, but like we just outgrown each other. And it's like, how do you get through that? Like, how do you say we've outgrown each other without saying we've outgrown each other? You know what I mean? Like, how do y'all handle that situation? I feel like all y'all been through
Yeah.
So like going through it right now.
I feel like something happens though, like that. For me, it'd be like a negative situation that happens that opens the awareness up that you're not a good person for me, or I'm not a good person for you. So in my experiences, it's always been not a good split when it's come to I've outgrown you. It's like a breakup. Yeah.
And it's almost like a separation, a distance.
Yeah.
That's created amongst both of you. And it's
Yeah.
kind of, it's not awkward. It's just, there's this, you just know that you've grown apart and you just
Yeah.
don't contact each other, invite each other out.
It happens so naturally,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It does.
Like,
Exactly.
sometimes it is
Yeah.
like some
Yeah.
huge event that is like,
Right.
ooh, red flag, where
Yeah.
did this come from? And then other times it's literally just like absence. And it's crazy because it can be people that you thought that you knew, or people that were with you for the first part of your life until this moment, and then it's like, oh wait, I haven't talked to such and such in so long, like what's going on? Whereas it may not be anything, it's just your life is happening to you, their life is happening to them, and things are different now.
And you also realize they didn't reach out to you either.
Exactly.
That's one of the keys. You're like, man, I haven't hit up so-and-so. Well, you know what?
They have
They haven't hit me up either.
That's like one.
That part.
Yes.
You see, it's like deeper for me. It's like very emotional. Cause I'm a very emotional person, so I invest in my friendships. And if I feel that we're drifting apart, more than likely I'm gonna express myself, and maybe not in the best way, because I'm like, I'm really hurt, like, why are you doing this to me, like, why are we talking? But I think it just takes like a little more from me, like when we drift, like I'm really like, okay, what's going on, like how did we get here?
Yeah. I think with that too, to speak to that, Alexis, I think when I was in your situation, you're a little bit younger than I am. I'm not gonna tell my age, but and when I was in your, I was the same way. But I think as you transition, as life happens, like people get married, people start having babies, or big life changes happen. It's like, you know what? I don't have to talk to you every day to know that we're still good. But sometimes that split might naturally happen, and I think. Nothing is worse than let's say you've been hanging out with somebody and then somebody hits you, what happened with you and so-and-so? You're like, and it is like a breakup. Right. But I think the important part is that's happened to me with one person specifically. And I think the important part is hey, I wish her well. Because I think if you were really friends with somebody, you don't talk about what happened if something deep happened. Right.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of girls right now are breaking that girl code.
Yes. It's what happened to the respect that we had?
Exactly.
What happened to that?
Yes.
I mean, it's like a bad relationship. If something went down, you really love the person. Okay, we're not gonna speak about what happened. Let's just wish each other well and move on.
Yes. Yes. I was literally talking to a friend earlier today about a similar situation where if it is something big that happens, okay, great. But when we were together, when we were buddy, pow, pow, everything was sweet. We respected one another. We had each other's back. But the moment that things change and it may not be catered to you anymore, or I'm not doing what it is that I'm expected to do by your standards, now all of a sudden there's a loss of respect. You're talking about me. You're sharing different, secrets and different things with people that it's like, why now?
Right?
Now that just this minor thing, granted, it's not minor, it's friendship, it's relationship, it's human connection, but why do we have to lose that respect? And especially amongst women, I don't see it happen amongst men as much in my life as it does amongst women when relationship ties are severed a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Has anybody been jealous when their friend got a new friend?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So she replaced me.
Right. It's that part. I get in my feelings when it's like, oh, my friend is not there anymore. Right. But for her to be happy with her person, I'm happy I'm always that cheerleader. Like, yes, go girl. I'm like, don't forget about me.
No, that's real.
That too.
Yeah, I feel like we've all been there. Good. Yeah. You want to share? You've been
I actually had a situation with a friend in college, and she had another friend who the party girl, and then I was the friend that if you went to watch movies and chill at home, I was that friend. And I noticed she would diss me for the party friend, but then she'd come back and be like, I love hanging out with you, I love being around you, but then would always diss me for the party friend. So I never really understood that. So I was just kind of okay, it is what it is.
Is she still your friend?
We actually stopped being friends.
Okay.
She just recently reached out to me though. She was like, I miss you. Yeah. I was like, well, yeah, I was your friend. I really cared about you. You know? So it is what it is.
And then I think too, you have different friends that you'll have your childhood friends. You have your work friends. You have your friends that you go out with. You have your mom friends. It just as you kind of go through the different stages in life, I've noticed that friends just become a little bit different.
Yes, you got that right.
Yeah, and you have to sometimes categorize people, which kind of leads me into friendships also can be situationships. We talk about relationships. Everybody's been in a situationship, I'm sure. I don't know what we doing, but we're just kicking it. 2 years later, we're just kicking it. But I kind of feel like friends is, you have that kind of a group of friends, or maybe people that you might know, associates, that's kind of the same way. It's we're friends out of circumstance, or we're I have to invite you because everybody else is coming and I can't not invite you. You know what I mean? Does anybody else have that kind of situation? I mean, we could be that friend for somebody. We just don't know it.
I know for sure I am that friend for some people. Now, granted, I don't feel any kind of way anymore. Yeah. I just now dwell with people according to knowledge. I will quickly tell them no. Yes. I'm not coming because you're not going to use me for my company. Because I know it's good vibes. You're not gonna
my energy.
You're not gonna defend my energy. But I do think that we all fall victim to having people like that in our lives. Like, for certain events or certain things, you want to be around a certain type of energy,
Right.
and you do pick and choose,
Yeah,
and it's so hard. It's hard to be like, well, no, it's not that. It's just that I don't know.
I have a question. Okay, so for the situationship parts, friendships, like you said, 2 years and we still kicking it. That type of friend is more of a male friend for me. Like, I'll have a male friend, and it's like, what are we doing? And I feel used in the sense, like, for company for certain things. But it's like, how, if we're friends, what does that look like? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how.
So
I'm
wait, is he like your friend or is he like your friend?
Right,
there's levels to these male friendships here.
Okay, so it's like
He your friend.
He my friend. It's like friend, but it's like, how do you not be friend, just be friends? You know what I mean? Like, how do
Cross the line.
I think with men, well, once you cross that line with men, I think they're
go
always.
back? We can't just be friends.
No.
If you start liking your friend, after a while you're gonna be more than
I think you can be friends with men that you may have had experiences with, but I also think it depends on where you are in life. I think when you're married, that's probably got to be limited. Like, Heather, would you agree? Yeah. We're the married ones here, and I think, I mean, my husband's pretty cool. He's like, yeah, you know, hang out. But if I'm certain things, he's gonna be like, nah. He's behind the camera. He's like, nah. But I mean, I think you have to know your partner. So if you know and respect your partner, know your partner's not about to do anything crazy, then you can have male friends. Like, my husband has female friends, and I'm also like, hey, I want to meet these friends because I'm also like, look, I need to see the vibe around people together before you hang out.
So naive.
Dudes kill me with, oh, yeah, it's my sis.
Like, no,
Next thing you know, you're looking for your sis.
Sis didn't know that you were broke.
Right. For
Sis
real.
didn't know that.
But that's so it's like, can men and women really be friends?
However,
male friends, it's like
We've successfully done that, but like, it's kind of a ground rule with me and my husband. I'm gonna meet your friend. And with his job too. He works with a lot of females. Not a lot, but a lot. Enough. Enough. And they'll go out and I'll be right there with them. So we just like to meet each other. It's not like being married, obviously you're not gonna go out by yourself. It's a respect thing.
Piggybacking off of what you were saying, like, I feel like women, they may not know bro is bro, but I feel like men don't know some women's alternative, like,
their ulterior motive.
I feel like
secretly they have a little something for them.
And I've experienced where you're supposed to be an associate of mine and you're speaking to me, but you're secretly trying to get with my guy behind my back. You're being flirtatious and crossing boundaries. And then when I ask you about it, it's all him. You know? So it's like, I'm real weary about that. I just don't understand. It's hard for me to get over trusting the female counterpart because I feel because I don't know this. If I don't know this female, even if I do, it's really, really hard sometimes. Because just going through it and having it so close to home, it's like you look at everybody sideways when they come to your guy.
I think that goes to a lot of like this whole girl code thing going on. I mean, of course you see it like in celebrity life. It's like, oh, you know, these couples are hanging out. Next thing you know, the couple is hanging out with the friend. And it's just like, and I think for a lot of women blame the other women for what they're doing with their man, but it's like, no, you need to check your man because he's made the commitment to you, not your friend.
Exactly.
Like, what do you guys think is making women so comfortable now to be like to start doing that stuff now?
Just evil. Like, I can't think of it.
I feel like some of them are trying to hit a check in the box. Like, okay, I got a man, so they'll do anything necessary just to get that check in the box because it gives them status. So that's my personal.
Or having something over, like being. I feel like you're trying to have something over your friend or having something to, like, I got it too. You know what I mean? And that's not cool. Like, I don't want that energy. Like,
I don't know. I think it's so deep that it's even like, like, no, you need a soul check.
Yes.
You need to figure out who you are and what's for you, because why do you feel the need to take anything that isn't yours?
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't even think it's a new thing.
No,
it's not.
We all have that uncle,
Yes.
special friend, and then a whole thing.
Right.
Yes.
It's definitely not new, but it is kind of
Yeah.
normalized.
Yeah.
You know, social media, it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of like
normalized.
a lot of people are doing it. It's not the worst thing in the world now. It's like it's not as scandalous as it used to be. I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's why a lot of
This
people
is
are
like
kind of
that.
comfortable
I'll
doing
take your
it now.
man.
Right.
It's not okay.
Right. But to me, I feel like if you have a friend that's doing that, to me, that senses like some sort of jealousy towards you.
Absolutely.
Because if you gotta come for me for whatever's mine, quote unquote,
Yeah.
like that means you're jealous of something that I have.
Yep.
Like, so why are we even friends?
Right.
Yep.
I think I'm gullible and feeling like just because I love how I love, people are supposed to reciprocate the same. And that's been a horrible truth to learn.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Same. I struggle with that.
I think friendship it's tough. I mean, it's just like a relationship. A friendship is a relationship, and man, when you're sharing certain things, like there's also certain things that you'll share with certain friends that you can't share with other friends. Whether it's like your successes or your losses, and I think sometimes I've been in situations where I might have known certain friends are going through certain things, so I can't share the positive things that are going on because I don't want to make them feel like I'm like bragging about something, and I hate to have to do that, but you also got to know the mental space of your friends.
Right. Yeah.
And so, I'm pretty sure you guys have friends where okay, right now they might not have the mental capacity to accept this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And I ask the question, or I'll put it out there, like, hey, how are you today? Or what's going on before I share this? And sometimes, people will unfortunately lie and just like, oh, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you haven't heard from them because it was too much to bear right then. But I think it's important that we respect where each other is every single day. Like, not just, oh, well, in this season, I was able to pour my whole life out on you. And, well, today is a new day. It could be completely different. So
That's true.
When you talked about just having different friends for different stages of life, my best friend who I've known, our parents lived in the same house growing up, so I've known her pretty much my whole life. I lost a child. I don't talk to my best friend about that. That's not what I share with her. It's my group of other moms that have shared that with my other friends and other moms who have lost children. That's who I go to for that. And it's not that she wouldn't support me or she just, the relatableness of losing a child is just different for someone who hasn't.
Yeah.
So I do think, there are just, not that you compartmentalize your friends, but I can talk about everything in the world with her. But that's one thing that I want someone who really, really understands.
Yeah.
That's fair. And I think, like Sierra said, like sometimes I feel like we don't ask each other how we are enough. Sometimes we just dump. Because you're pissed off at your husband or you're upset about something at work, you just dump and not even realizing like they can't even handle that right now. And people do that to us too.
Oh, yeah.
Where I've had plenty of friends and I'm just like, man, I'm going through my own crap.
Right.
I can't
But you don't
take
get a breath
anything
in
else.
because you're just like,
I'm like, okay, sis,
Yeah.
it's going all right. Let's talk through this. And meanwhile, like so much other stuff weighing on you. So like, how do you think as women, like we can be better friends and like advocates for each other?
We have to check in. You have to check in. Like they say, check on your strong friends.
Yeah.
Check on all your friends, though, because you never know.
Take better care of ourselves so that we can take better care of others. Make it a point to be self-aware. Like, it shouldn't have to take someone asking you, hey, are you okay? For you to be like, hey, with all due respect, I want to hear you, but today is just not a good day for me. And take that approach because that'll help everybody in the end.
Take a personal mental stability check for yourself. Right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
See, I find your perspective interesting because I always thought that I would be a bad friend to say something like that. Like, sorry, I'm not in the right space to hear that. I thought like a good friend would take it all in anyway. And like hearing your perspective actually like helps me a lot because I thought like, no, I have to be this person for somebody in order to be considered a good friend.
I've been there too, where, and recently, like this is new, like 2019 new, where I am getting to the place where I can openly say, hey, not right now. Give me an hour.
Right.
Or, you know, even sometimes it's like, look, just let me call you back in 30 minutes. Just to get my mind right to prepare for whatever it is that they may say. A lot of my friends come to me for counsel. And they dump a lot on me. And I have a lot of friends. And so it's like, okay, I have my own life going on. And how can I be your friend, but take care of myself at the same time and not disregard what you have going on? And I think that it all boils down to the headspace that they could be into. Because if my friend comes to me and says that to me, I'm not going to take offense to it. Because I know that they need to take care of themselves. I know that they may need a moment to just say, woosah, let me digest this that's going on in my brain first before I try to eat what's on your plate.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I get to a place where I feel as if I can't go to you, now it's like, okay, well, are we still friends? Like, do you really want to talk to me? Now I'm questioning did something happen? Did I say something the last time that triggered something in you? Like, I don't know, but
or are they that draining friend that just
exactly that is, it's always something negative.
Always.
Like, you never come away with something.
You woke up this morning.
Good gracious. Yeah, it's tricky, but I think that we should never, if that's how you feel and you need a moment, don't ever apologize for how you feel in that moment.
Yes.
Like, ever. Like, if that's what you need to do, then do it.
Yeah.
Because people are going to do what they need to do, just like they picked up the phone and called you.
Right.
They needed to do that, right?
And I feel like real friends aren't gonna be selfish with that. Like you're gonna have an empathy and an understanding towards what your friend needs, and it may take you to tell them that they need to take a step back, you know, and understand I need to get myself together so you can pour yourself into me. It may be a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah, I think not taking offense to it and just taking that time for yourself. I'm just learning that too.
Yeah.
Especially like as a new mom, like this year, I'm just like, I have a freaking infant and I just can't be like, I wish I could be a better friend, especially like earlier this year after I had a new baby. Like fortunately my friends understood, but I'm just like, hey, I just need a minute. But I also have a friend who she'll text and say, hey, I'm going off the grid for a little bit. Just wanted to let you know. Versus like just disappearing. Because sometimes friends just goes and you're like, what happened? And then they're going through all this stuff. And you're like, I had no idea I would have been there for you. And sometimes we're going through so much of our own stuff that we miss when our friends are going through something. And that is like, to me, like the most hurtful thing when I've missed that my friend has gone through something and I wasn't there. And I'm like, how could I have not seen this? Like, but you know, days go by, weeks go by. Now, next thing you know, Christmas is here. You're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen them since September. So I think it's really important to take that accountability for yourself. That's so important. So if you need that time, take it. Because it's nothing when somebody's dumping into you. You can't even get well.
How can you
can't get well.
You can't.
You can't. That's my favorite thing. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So I can't give you advice if I'm glass dry. Glass is dry. So lastly, I just want to say, what kind of advice would you all give someone like who's watching who might just be like in need of a word of encouragement from a friend or feels like they don't have any friends? Because a lot of women really feel like they don't have a lot of friends. They have a lot of people around them, but they don't have a lot of friends. So like, what kind of word of encouragement could you give people watching just to say like, hey, like somebody's here for you?
I would say to people just to trust your gut. Trust what you know. Trust your instincts. Trust the vibes and the energy that you receive from people. And understand that you don't have to have anyone around you that you don't want around you. If it doesn't feel good, it probably isn't.
Be okay with knowing that not everybody's going to go everywhere with you during your journey. Like, there are people for certain phases of your life, and you just grow to appreciate the ones that were there for that moment. It's not like you don't have any hard feelings for them. You just accept it and peacefully and gracefully move on.
That's good. Yes.
I'll speak for someone who sometimes feels like they don't have a lot of friends. Something that I've learned is that people are going to be people, and you cannot hold people to the same standards that you hold yourself. I'm very hard on myself, so I'm very hard on people sometimes. And my dad's like, Alexis, you gotta calm down. And I'm like, okay, you're right. So I had to look in the mirror and, like you said, figure out things for myself so that I can be a better friend to other people.
Right.
I guess I can go after that because that was basically what I was gonna say. Know what you need for the person that feels like they don't have friends or they have a lot of people around them but they feel alone. And if you seek friendship, if that's something that you desire, then know what it is it'll look like for you. What will a good friend look like for you? And then pray on that. Pray and submit that to God because He will send exactly what you said that you needed. And then some.
That's right.
Got that right.
And I just think that life is not a popularity contest. One good friend is worth 15 fake ones.
Yes.
So you just want to, if you have one really good friend, I just think that's worthwhile and worth more than having a bunch that aren't true friends.
Yes, I agree.
I think I would. I think I would say, don't get caught up in the facade that you think friendship is. Like social media will have you thinking friendship is like, yo, we party and turn up every weekend. We dating the same guys. Like I think that's kind of like this, especially for this younger generation. That's like the view of friendship. Like that's not friendship. And I think also knowing when your season with a friend is over. Like don't force it. I feel like when you have to keep like forcing and pulling and tugging, that it's over. And it's okay. It's okay to amicably split and just, I still have respect for you, but we're just not there. So being okay with like knowing that, like Olivia said, everybody's not going with you. And that's, you have to have peace in that. Thanks so much for watching us here today at Before Brunch TV. I hope you really enjoyed the conversation about friendship and sisterhood. And if you're looking for that new friend, we provided you with some great qualities of what a friend should look like. Please follow us on social media at Before Brunch TV. We'll see you next time.
Yay!